2021 has been an amazing year. January 31st, 2021 marks 1 year since I moved to the Pacific Northwest, and it's been an amazing experience so far, and I wanted to recap what this year has been like. Come check it out.
January 2021, I knew I was leaving Hawaii and I had to say goodbye and do all my final activities. Kayaking to the Mokes, zip lining, kayaking, being in the water, horseback riding, and doing my last hikes and saying goodbye to everyone. Finally, that day did come. After 7 years, I left Hawaii and arrived to Seattle on a cold January day like this. First things first, looking for apartments. After looking at a few places, I finally settled on Green Lake, which was this beautiful area with a lake. And I don't know, I just fell in love with the area. It was really cool. 2 weeks into it, had a crazy snowstorm, and this is the result. It was actually pretty cool, got to go around, but the days eventually started warming up and the clouds started parting. But honestly, my first few months were pretty lonely. Going onto the ferry, I didn't have any friends and pretty much wandered around exploring on my own. But luckily, got to see the UW cherry blossoms, and thankfully my coworkers pretty much kept me occupied for the most part, and they were pretty much a hoot. Finally getting to explore, the snow still persisted during that season, but got to go to Snoqualmie and explore the waterfall, and eventually got to do kayaking, which I love to do, to explore around the area around Kenmore. Finally got to getting to biking, and that was fun, just trying to explore the city and through different routes. The days starting to get warmer, and finally made my way to the beach and got to explore some more places. People on the water was just a fantastic sight to see, and finally got to see the tulips in Skagit. Now the tulips were pretty cool, and they last for about a month, but getting up there, it was a fantastic experience within itself. I did get vaccinated, so had to show that. And I truly remember all my days being filled with a bunch of bonfires just like this on the beach in different places, and someone had a bright idea of getting a Christmas tree on fire, and that was just pretty crazy within itself. Started meeting friends and got into pickleball, which was a blast, and tried to play as often as I could. It's a fun sport as well as other sports in the park, and just meeting people was just a blast. Kickball was a sport that I love to get into, and it was a great way to meet friends. Joined a league and met some awesome people, and actually won a lot of games. It was really cool. At night, I can't believe this, but there was a laser show at Magnuson Park, and fire dancers, which reminded me of luau's back in Hawaii. So it was a crazy experience. Sailing, I finally got to go on the water when the days got warmer, and it was just a blast exploring the area on the water, and I hopefully can get to do more in the future with these beautiful days. After some birthdays, finally got to go to a trampoline park and, pretty much got beaten as you see over here. It was a lot of fun to experience this for the first time. Oh, just like that. Started making more friends and contributed to Moist Fist, this new band who I got to watch evolve and perform, and it's been so much fun watching them get to who they are today. The days start getting warmer, and it was so much fun exploring the city on bikes, and Boys With Our Toys was born as we started to go around together, putting up maps and trying to figure out what to do for weekends. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun just trying to explore the city and going around and meeting new people. Those days and sunsets were just amazing, and going downtown and seeing these views were just spectacular. Going to Woodinville is a lot of fun too, so you get to see different creeks and different areas and different people. But of course, you have to celebrate wine in Woodinville. Who doesn't do that? After a few more tours and exploring some more areas, I got some more hikes in. This is at Oyster Dome. Finally got to see Mount Rainier, which was beautiful. This is Fremont Lookout. And the views over there are just simply fantastic and amazing, and there was still some snow left around the area. This looks like the Alps, guys. I mean, it's just a fantastic hike, and not too far from Seattle. The sunsets were just as spectacular. Looking around the park and just seeing all the different people outside, it was always a fun day during the spring and summer times. And views, just being on rooftops were just something I truly enjoyed being. And thankfully, we're invited to go to all these different cool places. So with the warm weather comes being on the water, and this is in Falls City, going down the inner tubes. Class 3 whitewater rafting is certainly a lot of fun. Tons of people out there, and got to meet some great people. I did get to go to all the major sports games, so this is my first Mariners game. Tons of people, they won, woo woo. 4th of July. Also got to go to my first Sounders game. Tons of people, a really cool experience against Portland. And of course, the Seahawks versus the 49ers. The Seahawks did win that day. On the waters, they were calm and peaceful, and it was time to explore the islands once the weather started getting better. Upbeat was one of my favorite islands to explore. Just so much to do and so much to see. Beautiful weather and beautiful trails all around. Kites, people just being outdoors, feeding goats just like this was a lot of fun. Man, they can't get enough. Sunflowers, bee farms, everything. Thankfully, got to spend some time over there exploring, being around fire, and just enjoying people's company around farmers markets and just playing around. Man, that was a fun weekend. We did get to go skydiving, and it took 3 times. This was our first time, this is our second time, and third time's a charm. Just like here, the weather was perfect, and we actually got to go. It was Daniel's first time skydiving, and so it was truly a blast. A picture-perfect day, truly worth it. My goodness, the 360 views were just spectacular. Hope you guys do it one day. Such an amazing experience. Also, summer came with food and a lot of testing and a lot of skewers. Skewers were my forte, and I did experiment a lot with different barbecues and different recipes. It was a lot of fun. Oysters, of course, Pacific Northwest, and gooey duck sashimi, my first time trying gooey duck. Summers are always with roof, and being on the roof with tons of people were always a lot of fun, and meeting people was always something I love to do. So happy that everyone's, had invited me to all these different types of things. Being around people and conversation and fire pits and enjoying the evening is just something I truly remember, and going out to the wineries. I did actually get to experience and start to meet more people in the Filipino community. Got to go to different parts and see a lot of food, Filipino food that I don't usually get to have, so that was amazing and delicious. Rooftops just like this on warm summer nights are just a lot of fun, just to get everyone out and about and enjoying each other's company. These rooftop barbecues are something I will always remember. As the days started getting colder, it became fall eventually, and I started watching movies. First time I've seen a movie in 2 years, so it's been quite a ride so far with COVID. Did some travel, left the city for a little bit, but came back, did some ATV tours, and we always karaoke, we always sing with all the boys, so always having a lot of fun. ATV rides through Skyhomish was spectacular. The views were just simply amazing, and it's so cool to do a tour and to also forage for central mushrooms. Finally see some familiar faces. Steph and Belle, thanks for visiting me. Got to go on some trains and explore the area around Northern Bend. It was a lot of fun seeing these waterfalls and exploring the city with them. And finally, this 36-year-old did turn 36 in Seattle, and I'm so thankful for everyone that came out for my birthday. A lot of good food, a lot of good steak, good times overall. So with the winter weather comes the snow. This is in Leavenworth. Finally got to go here for the first time and explore this Bavarian-inspired city, ride some horses, see the Christmas trees, throw some snow, and jump for joy at this beautiful season. Always a great time to celebrate and be around people and to see a lot of sledding and people out and about. But the weather also prompted skiing. I've never skied for the first time. I was super excited to ski over at Stevens Pass. The snow was out and about and in full force, but after a few hours of playing on the kiddie slopes, I finally got the courage to do some real slopes, and I am addicted to skiing and I can't wait to do more of it. Hot tub boats invented in Seattle, a great thing to do in the winter when it's 40 degrees outside. Thanks guys for coming out. And 2022 started with a bang. Beautiful Seattle Space Needle in full display. Beautiful fireworks, awesome views. What a great way to start the new year. Laser shows, and pretty much setting the onset for 2022. 2021, I did become a homeowner for the second time, and I'm always thankful for this amazing view of Mount Rainier. So there you have it. That was pretty much my 2021 for the most part. Moving to Seattle during COVID had not been easy, but thank you every single one who's contributed to such an amazing experience and for, pretty much contributing to, my happiness over here. And thanks for everyone for being my friends. And I look forward to 2022. Look forward to all the different adventures, for meeting more people, and for exploring around the Pacific Northwest. I love this area. Looking forward to more adventures.